Hi, my name is Braden, or K3DW on the Twisty Puzzles forum, and I'm here to present my Penta Mixup wall puzzle, which is right here. This is part of the Puzzle Advent Calendar, which is a huge collaboration between some amazing puzzle creators and YouTubers, and I'm humbled to be a part of this project in its third year. Each day from December 1st to December 24th, 2020, we are bringing you an original and unique design featured in daily videos across many different channels. So please check that out. I've linked the playlist in the description, so please check out all the previous videos from the beginning of the month. This playlist will be updated every day with another video, so keep checking back. Tomorrow's video is on the Cuberhythms channel, and it's featuring a puzzle by Polytwist Designs, and all that info is included as well. So now let me tell you about my puzzle for day 15, the Penta Mixup wall. So this is a pentagonal prism where the top and bottom layers can each turn in 72 degree increments. I'll show that right here. So they look like that. And then the middle layer can turn by increments of 36 degrees. So this is a valid position for the middle layer right here. See where that lines up, or almost lines up. So that's there, and then if I turn it by 36 degrees in that direction, that's another valid move. So this is the second puzzle in my Penta Mix-Up series out of a total of hopefully 6. The first one was the regular Penta Mix-Up, which again has the same properties, where it's a pentagonal prism puzzle where the top and bottom layers can turn in increments of 72 degrees and the middle layer can turn in increments of 36 degrees, as shown here, just like that. So this looks like a mix-up cube. The reason why this is called the Penta Mix-Up wall puzzle is it's based on the naming scheme from Calvin's Fisher wall series of puzzles, where it's basically a Fisher cube, so where you take a 3x3 and cut it along here like 45 degrees, but instead it's just the top and bottom layer that are cut at 45 degrees, and the middle layer is left normal, meaning that it ends up looking like a brick wall pattern on the sides of the faces. On the sides of the puzzle. And so that's the same thing that I have on here. This ends up looking kind of like a brick wall right here, so I called it the Penta Mix-Up wall. This has deeper cuts on the side faces than the original Penta Mix-Up. Because of that, a valid move of a side face turns 4 of these mix-up center edge pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. So that turns just like that. So that's 4, whereas on the original Penta Mix-Up, move turns 3. So regardless of whether it's here or whether it's here, it turns 3 of these edges or centers, which are actually the same piece. An interesting consequence of that is that the internal mix-up pieces, so there's one you can see in there between these two, there's another one in between there, those pieces are actually equivalent to the outer mix-up pieces on this puzzle. So I think that's pretty interesting. I did have some trouble with this design. This is my 5th designed version, the second one that I printed. Here's version 4, so this is version 5. Here's version 4, and I will tell you why it's terrible. So it looks like it's about to fall apart, and that's because it is. The only place you can possibly tighten this is axially down here, so between these two center pieces right there. Nothing screws in on the side, so nothing's holding it together on the side. So the tighter you screw it down, the more pressure you have axially like this, but everything tends to explode in the other directions. And this puzzle is terrible. But I needed to make it to be a good puzzle, so I tried a 5th and final time at making a good design, and I think I got it. So this one actually has 7 screws, while this one has 2 screws, just the top and bottom. This one feels like it's about to fall apart, and this one feels very sturdy. It is heavier because it has more pieces, it has more internal pieces, but I quite like it. As always, I hate caps on puzzles, so this puzzle only has 2 caps on the top and on the bottom. You take these off and you can unscrew, and then the internal centers are on the inside, and you can only access them once you take off the equator layer, which means you have to take off one of the centers on either this side or this side. So what's interesting is that the centers, not the caps, but the centers themselves under the caps are identical to each other, both of the two. However, the core is asymmetrical. If any of this detail matters to anyone watching, the core is asymmetrical, so it fits into one of the centers so that it locks to the center, but it fits in the other center so that it freely rotates, and that's because the middle layer on the inside of this puzzle has to lock to one of the centerpieces, and the one that it locks to is the yellow one. I can feel it. Yeah. So you probably won't be able to hear a difference, but I can definitely feel a difference of the middle layer turning along with, or the internal middle layer turning along with this yellow face right here. And again, locking one of these centers to the core is necessary because of the floating equator layer right here, which floats on top of the inner equator layer. So with all that boring stuff out of the way, I will show you how it moves. Hopefully I don't scramble this because I don't know how to solve it. But it does look pretty interesting when it starts to get scrambled here. It doesn't turn the best of any puzzle I've ever made. However, I am pretty satisfied with it. It's really smooth. It just, you got to be careful with it. So after a few moves here, I might have to rewatch this video to put it back to its solid state. This is what the puzzle looks like once it starts to get scrambled. So yeah, this has been the Penta Mix-Up wall, the second of 6 in my Penta Mix-Up series. So thank you so much for watching, and please remember to check out the puzzle by Polytwist Designs on the Cubarhythms channel tomorrow on December 16th.